Good afternoon. This is John with Washington County Storm Chasers. Tonight I'm guest host with.
This is Donna Cunningham, and I am the social media manager for Washington County Storm Chasers.
Alright, so tonight we're going to be talking about some severe weather that we have coming our way for tomorrow and possibly into Wednesday. A lot of this kind of depends on what happens during certain segments of the day. If we get a bunch of stuff tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon won't be as bad, and so on and so on. So, this is kind of a fun little forecast. Just in case you're asking questions or anything, there is a 30-second delay between the recording and when it hits Facebook. So go ahead and leave your questions on there. I'll scroll through them here at the end and we'll answer them the best we can. Alright, so Donna, since this is the first time that you've been on the show, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I have been with Washington County for about a little over a year now, and I lived in Bartlesville for 10 years, so I know the area really well. I live in the Coita area now, but I've been chasing for years and years. I was raised in Oklahoma, and to be raised here, you're going to know the weather. You're going to know storms. Um, my biggest interest is the public safety aspect of it, um, and emergency preparedness.
Alrighty. So, as this shows, we get more underneath our belt, we'll have more and more team members add on to our little chat room. I figured tonight, since it would be our first time on Facebook Live, I'd have our social media manager and one of the leading people in the team. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and jump into our severe weather. This is the map for tomorrow. We are currently underneath an enhanced risk, and with a slight risk around us. Enhanced risk is a little bit higher than average chance of severe weather in the area, highlighting that real ugly yellow. And then this one is for Wednesday. This is still a couple days out, so we'll keep an eye on this. It kind of depends on what happens tomorrow, depends on what happens Wednesday. So this map is liable to change. To kind of give you guys an idea of the categories, these are the color coordinated categories and what they mean for each. As you can see, we're underneath enhanced risk for tomorrow, which is number 3. Numerous severe storms possible, more persistent and or widespread, and a few intense, which we are expecting. One thing that's going to be happening for a good portion of this week is a flood threat. This map from the National Weather Service shows anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain. Some models are even showing more than that. And we'll just kind of depends who gets dumped on the most. With that being said, there is a flash flood watch for pretty much all central and northeast Oklahoma. Starts at 1 p.m. tonight or 1 a.m. tonight, and we'll go through the till Wednesday. So that's pretty much our maps. Is there anything you would like to add to that, Dana?
Not right now.
Okay. Well, anyways, our main concern is going to be tomorrow evening. We'll have all our chasers out. We already have them on standby. We have people on social media ready to update you guys any information that we get. Also, on our website, you can listen to our chaser feed as we're communicating with the chasers that are out in the field and the social media people that are putting it on Facebook. So that's kind of something you can look into. It's kind of neat. So anyways, Is there anything that people should be, Donna, should anybody be scared or worried about this weather coming up?
Well, always, we don't know. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, where something might happen. And so it's always just good to be prepared. You don't have to panic. Um, and an easy way to be prepared is to just have a plan. Have a plan in your head. If you have kids, do a quick drill and say, okay, if the sirens go off, this is where we go. This is what we're going to do. If you live in a mobile home, this is where we're going to go. This is what we're going to do. Now, if the sirens are going off and you live in a mobile home, it's really going to be at your own risk to leave that area because you don't want to be out in the storm. You could still be safer in a mobile home than you would be, in a vehicle. So, if the presence of severe storms is imminent, say say you're in Bartlesville. Well, okay, say the last time the tornado warnings went off in Pahuska, and you know about it, and you live in a mobile home in Bartlesville, that's your cue to leave right then, and go to your safe, secure building. Get a pillowcase, put some water in it, maybe a little 3 or 4 day thing of medications that you're going to need, anything like that. If you have pets, make sure you have baggies that you have dog food in, for your kids, extra pacifiers, diapers, anything like that you might want to throw in there, and something that you can just grab really easy, not heavy that you don't have to lug around. But that's going to have, some necessary supplies in it. If you have, it's always good to try to keep some of that stuff down there if you can in a airtight box. Except for the dog food. I kept dog food in my shelter and it was still too damp and it molded. So, we're always, I am always updating the page as soon as, I'm checking multiple sources and listening to multiple trackers, not just our guys, but National Weather Service, and updating the page, as soon as I get anything at all. So, just make sure if you have a way to pay attention to our page, that would be great. Your safety is what's most important to us, and that's the reason we do what we do. If the one thing you want to make sure you do have, if it is going to storm, or anything like that, make sure you have shoes on. Make sure your kids have their shoes on if you have to run somewhere or get in the closet or whatever. Because, if you do get hit by anything, it could be the straight line winds or whatever, something takes your roof off or whatever, there's going to be nails and everything, and you just don't want to not have shoes on. Any other questions about, preparedness, you can always send over Facebook and I'll be happy to answer. We don't we don't try to incite panic on our website, especially during severe storms. Say like last time, when we had the tornado warnings. But when there is a tornado warning, we will post it as red because it is an emergent situation and public safety is at risk. So,
Talking about preparedness. I can't talk tonight. I saw somebody this last time we had a tornado warning. I'd said something about how my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old got to go in the closet for the first time, and somebody sent a picture of their, I believe it was a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they were in the closet, but they were in their car seats, and I never even thought about that. How that's a decent idea, because if anything were to happen, those car seats will pretty well protect them from their back and so on. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. But
that is an excellent idea, John. And also, if your kids ride motorcycles, have them put their helmets on. If they play football, have them put those helmets on. Bicycle helmets, anything like that that'll protect their head. Yours too, for that matter. You might feel silly sitting in a closet with helmets on, but not as silly as you're going to feel, with a board in your head. So, or some nails or something like that. But yeah, anything that you can think of, even the knee pads or whatever, and to make it maybe less scary for for your kids, especially if you have, some littles, is to put their knee pads on and stuff and say, okay, this is an adventure. This is, what we're going to do. And the key is to try to stay calm. If you're calm, they'll be calm. You can, you can act quickly without being in a panic. And that's just the biggest deal, because that's when we make most of our mistakes, is when we start to panic. So, there's so much more lead time when it comes to storms nowadays that it used to be. And it's just so much better. We have such a better idea of when something's going to hit us and where we are and what we can see on radar. And, I'm always tracking everything that's going on. And plus I'm keeping up with every one of our trackers at the same time. And we have other social media persons out there that are communicating and also keeping everything updated. So, we're a team, and we are, we update everything for you so that, that we can get the information to you as fast as possible. Now, if you ask individual questions, we may not be able to answer them immediately, because we are, basically in the thick of it, and we are trying to make sure that making sure we're giving correct information and accurate information, and may not have time to stop to answer questions, but any questions you might have are usually going to be answered on our page. Because we will be very specific, area specific. It's, if it's in Bonita, if it's in Miami, if it's in Coweta, if it's, in Bartlesville or whatever, Ponca City, anything like that. So, we're not just concentrated in Bartlesville anymore the Washington County area. We're based out of Washington County, but we are we take Southeast Kansas and Northeast Oklahoma now. So we have several trackers around the state that we utilize for that.
Yeah, and for the people that don't know, we currently have I think 12 or 13 on our team, and there's a good possibility in the next couple of weeks we could be doubling that. So some people expressed some interest, and we're going to have a little training and greet thing this weekend to see about getting some more people. But anyways, talking about maps and so on, I'm going to show you this map with the flood, because it shows all the counties. It's very important that whenever severe weather happens, you know what county you live in, what counties are around you, because whenever your weather radio or regular radio says Washington County and you live in Nowata County, you know that that's to the west of you and any other county. So it's always important to familiarize yourself with the map. That way, if you can't visually see it, you only can hear it, you know where you're at. So
I agree.
Anyway, I was looking through here to see if we had any questions. We don't have any. Got quite a few people watching and stuff like that. But anyways, we'll go ahead and let you all go, and we'll be hollering at you probably tomorrow and giving you more up-to-date information. You have anything else you would like to say, Donna?
No, just thank you for watching, and we hope everything turns out like, as to be a big fat fail, and there's no severe weather, and because that's not what we live for.
Correct. We like peace too sometimes. We all have families.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll let you all go, and we'll keep you updated on any changes in the forecast, and we'll keep you updated in the next 2 to 3 days.
Everybody have